The Arizona desert is vast, stretching across miles of lifeless sand dunes and rocky landscapes. In one particularly desolate region, travelers and campers have reported seeing eerie glowing orbs hovering above the dunes at night. Local legends say these lights are the spirits of lost travelers, men and women who wandered into the desert, never to return. Some believe the lights mark the locations where their bodies were swallowed by the shifting sands. Others say they are a supernatural force that lures the living to their doom. The first known reports of the Naga Lights date back to the 1800s, when pioneers and gold prospectors passed through the Arizona desert. Stories tell of entire search parties who went looking for missing travelers, only to vanish themselves. One of the most famous disappearances happened in the 1930s, when a group of 3 prospectors set out to uncover the truth about the lights. Days later, a search party found their abandoned camp. Fire burned out, supplies untouched, but the men were gone. The only trace left behind was a journal entry from one of the prospectors. "The lights are here. They dance in the night, calling us forward." Modern-day hikers, campers, and even military personnel have reported similar experiences. People feel an overwhelming urge to follow the lights, as if drawn by an unseen force. Some travelers who chased the lights blacked out and woke up miles away, unable to remember how they got there. Skeptics argue the Naga Lights could be caused by natural phenomena, such as bioluminescent gases or static electricity. However, none of these theories explain why people hear voices, feel compelled to follow the lights, or why those who go after them sometimes disappear. Native American tribes warn against seeking out the lights, saying the desert is home to spirits that trick travelers. Some believe the Naga Lights are the souls of those who perished, trying to lure others into joining them. To this day, the mystery of the Naga Lights remains unsolved. Some who witness them are lucky enough to return, forever haunted by what they saw. Others are not so fortunate, vanishing into the desert, becoming yet another whisper on the wind. A group of campers sitting around a fire in the desert, suddenly turning their heads as a strange blue glow emerges from behind the dunes. A time-lapse view of the desert night sky, with swirling stars and eerie floating orbs drifting over the sands. A lone wanderer with a lantern, staring in awe at several glowing lights hovering just above the ground, casting eerie shadows on the dunes. An overhead drone shot of a desert landscape at night, showing strange glowing patterns forming in the sand as if something unseen had moved through it. A hiker's reflection in a water bottle shows glowing eyes staring back at him, even though his real eyes appear normal. A pair of footprints leading into the desert, stopping abruptly in front of a glowing light, with no other tracks leading away. A person standing at the edge of a canyon, watching the Naga Lights rise from the depths below, like spirits emerging from the earth. A lost traveler's face illuminates ghostly blue glow as unseen whispers swirl around him. A close-up of a woman's terrified face in the darkness, eyes wide, as if she hears voices surrounding her in the empty desert. A child's toy half buried in the sand, with faint handprints around it, and the faint outline of a glowing figure in the background. A notebook open on a dusty table, filled with frantic, repetitive scribbles. "They call my name. They call my name." A spectral face forming in a cloud of desert dust, its mouth open as if whispering something unheard. A weathered road sign at the entrance of a desert path, covered in scratches and old warnings. "Stay away. Don't follow the lights." A local shaman standing by a desert fire, throwing herbs into the flames as ghostly figures flicker in the smoke. A dreamlike vision of an old prospector appearing in a camper's tent, his mouth moving but no sound coming out, except in the camper's mind. A time-worn photo found in the sand showing a group of travelers from decades ago, with eerie glowing lights visible in the background. An abandoned, dust-covered car in the middle of the desert, its doors open, headlights on, but no one inside a police report pinned to a corkboard, filled with red string connecting multiple disappearances, all centered around the same desert location. A digital GPS map with a blinking dot representing a missing person, until it suddenly vanishes. A scientist in a dimly lit lab, studying thermal images of the desert, eyes widening in horror as something humanoid appears in the data. Book in a library, open to a page about desert spirits, showing an illustration of glowing orbs hovering over skeletons. A conspiracy theorist's office, filled with articles, maps, and photos of mysterious desert lights pinned to the walls. A government official burning classified documents labeled Unexplained Phenomena, Naga Lights case files. A lone survivor crawling through the desert at dawn, his face burned from the sun, whispering, "Don't follow the lights." A night vision camera capturing the moment a hiker reaches toward a glowing orb, then suddenly vanishes, leaving only static on the screen. A satellite image of the desert at night, showing ghostly patterns of light forming and disappearing within the dunes. A spirit-like figure forming out of the swirling sand, reaching toward a traveler frozen in fear. An ancient cave painting deep in a desert canyon, depicting glowing lights and figures kneeling before them in worship. A missing person's backpack, found miles from the last known location, containing a journal filled with drawings of glowing lights. A cosmic view of Earth, showing strange energy emanating from a single desert region, as if something otherworldly is buried deep beneath. Moral of the story: curiosity can be dangerous, and some mysteries are better left unsolved. The allure of the unknown is powerful, but not everything that calls out to us has good intentions. Just as the Naga Lights tempt travelers into the desert, our own desires for answers can lead us into peril. Sometimes, the wisest choice is to respect the warnings, trust our instincts, and resist the pull of the unexplained.